Welcome to today's video, and today I wanted to discuss the positives and negatives of either owning an expensive rod and reel combo versus a cheap one for inshore fishing. Now before we get started, my idea of an inshore fishing rod and reel setup is usually a 2500 to 3000 reel size and a medium rod. This is a very versatile setup that can be used for speckled trout, redfish, white trout, flounder, and so on. So here is what's going to be representing our cheap rod and reels, and this is a Gander Mountain competitor, and this thing is cheap. I don't even think I paid $30 for this combo. The only thing I think I paid later is maybe $3 or $4 for 8 to 10 pound Omniflex monofilament, and I've caught plenty of fish on this thing. Now, it's not the highest quality by any means. It's basically all plastic and it only has one ball bearing, but it will bring fish to the dock. It does do the job. Now, if you're going to cast it for a very long time, it is quite bulky, you're going to get tired, but that's part of it. So, in my opinion, this is a great rod and reel, just a cheap one like this, if you're either starting to get into inshore fishing and you don't really know whether you're going to like it or not, or if you're only fishing, say, 15 times a year. You're going to want something like this where you're not afraid if it gets damaged or beat around, because let's be honest, I don't put a rod sock on this thing or anything like that. If one of the rod eyes gets bent, it happens. It's whatever. It's 25, 30 bucks. I'll take the damage on that one. So this is great for beginners or anybody fishing a little bit less every year, or someone just getting into fishing in general for inshore. Now when I think of higher end rod and reels, I'm thinking of anything relatively above $175. If you're going to pay that much for a combo, you should be getting a pretty good quality item. And to demonstrate this, this is my Penn Conflict 2 combo. It has a 3000 size reel and an extra fast action rod. And if you've been part of the channel throughout the summer, you've seen me use this thing a lot. It's a fantastic setup. It's very ergonomic, feels fantastic to cast, and it's quite light, which means I can make casts with it all day long. But this is going to represent what the higher end stuff is, basically, in my opinion. But this has 7 ball bearings. It's all aluminum, I want to say. It's got a carbon drag system, so this thing has like 15 pounds of drag, as well as it's the lightest reel that Penn makes. So a lot of engineering went into this thing, and the rod just feels beautiful when casting. It's got great cork on it, and it's quite light. And the 7-foot tip gives me just that little bit of extra swing to get the extra distance out there. Now when you're thinking about a rod like this, you have to keep in mind this is going to be for somebody that fishes very, very often, that wants something that's going to last a very long time, something 40 years plus in my opinion, as long as you take care of it. Now if you're not going to take care of it, you might as well get a cheaper setup. That way you're only losing $30 if it breaks, versus for me about $250 after line and everything was included in that. So with things like this, you're going to have to really keep in mind to pay attention to where you lay it down and how you have it set in your truck. So you have to be a little bit more protective of it. For this one, I always have a rod sock on it when not in use. When in the back of the truck, I try to make sure I keep all other items away and stowed away to make sure I don't bend the eyes or anything while I'm headed to the beach. So you got to keep stuff like that in mind. But if you're willing to spend the money and you fish a lot, this is going to be a fantastic setup, just because it's going to allow you a lot more pleasure fishing. It's a lot lighter, you can make more casts with it, it's a lot more comfortable to reel, and you do have the extra performance of the drag and everything like that, so you're likely to get just a few more fish to the dock over your cheaper combo sets. I hope you enjoyed this very quick video. That was just to give you my ideas on whether to get a cheap or more expensive rod. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that like button, as well as leave a comment below with either your favorite cheapest rod combo or most expensive one, as well as leave a thumbs up. That'll always help. And if you want to get more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching.